Senior Washington correspondent Tara Merchiner is here now with the latest and why sparks are flying on Capitol Hill.
Well,
Tara?
John and Jenna, the discussion on Capitol Hill turning testy between the nation's top infectious disease expert and a senator as accusations fly about the origins of COVID.
At a hearing intended to chart a path forward, Dr. Anthony Fauci found himself backtracking and on the defense.
And you are implying that what we did was responsible for the deaths of individual. I totally resent that. And if anybody is lying here, Senator, it is you.
Senator Rand Paul again accusing Fauci of lying about NIH funding for gain-of-function research in China, a process which alters a pathogen to make it more transmissible.
How you can say that is not gain-of-function?
It is not.
It's a dance, and you're dancing around this because you're trying to obscure responsibility.
The two also at odds over whether people remain at risk of COVID after they've had it or been vaccinated. Meanwhile, fears continue to rise along with cases thanks to the highly contagious Delta variant, as 37 states blame it for more patients entering their hospitals.
Over the last week, we have averaged 239 deaths per day, an increase of nearly 48% over the prior week.
Many of the sick said to be children.
This is probably about the 10th leading cause of death for kids in the past year.
With a new school year about to begin, the question of mask wearing in the classroom is again intensifying. On Monday, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommended universal masking in schools for students and teachers alike.
The feasibility of determining who's vaccinated and who's not among students is really going to be challenging.
Pressure is building on the CDC to reverse its guidance to require masks in schools, regardless of vaccination status. Right now, children under 12 are not eligible. Thousands of miles away in Tokyo, COVID is taking a growing toll at the Olympic Games. An alternate on the U.S. gymnastics team becomes the latest to test positive. This a day after one of America's biggest tennis stars withdrew after a positive test. Meanwhile, the CDC still insisting that the unvaccinated are still the most vulnerable.
New CDC data is also showing COVID deaths leading to major hardships for American children, with nearly 120,000 losing a primary caregiver to the virus. John